Hi and welcome everybody. This is a Greg Foat special, The Lost Records. This story starts July 2019, around this time, but then last year Greg contacted me and asked for my address as he wanted to send the package. Nice. For the people who don't know Greg Foat is from the UK. He's a keyboard player, piano player, but he can play anything with keys, I guess. He's part of the UK scene, although he is also a little bit on the side. Maybe that also has to do with his location. He's from the Isle of Wight. And he loves to mix different styles, so he's clearly on the jazz side, but he also likes library music, cinematic music, and he likes to watch YouTube videos by XJunkieNL, as he often comments on one of my videos and that he likes a record or that he wants to purchase a record. So I remember I did a video on the artist smoking funny stuff, and he really wanted to get this André Brasseur, and he got it. I am sampling at the moment his album from 2019, The Dreaming Jewels, which gives a nice feel for the music that he does, although it goes in many different directions, and I think that makes it also interesting to follow Greg Foat. On the back wall I've put some of his other albums. So it was last year, to continue the story, beginning of August, and he asked, "Did you get the package? What did you think of it?" I said, "Didn't see any package. Did you send it?" Right, he sent it, so he was a little bit upset. I asked, "Did you use," of course, first step, "did you use the right address?" He thought so. Was there a track and trace number? That was on the receipt. Receipt was lost. So that was the first step for Greg. Probably checking all his pockets, and after 2 weeks I got the receipt. This is where I sent it to, but the package or the receipt did not have a track and trace info. He checked with the postal office and they said they could check what he had sent it, and it had left the UK, but that is where the track and trace info stopped it. I at the same time in August ordered also a record from the UK that did not arrive, because we are now talking beginning of September and nothing had arrived. I was discussing this in the record store locally, and they had a similar experience. Quite few, or at least 2 people also said, "We ordered online but never got the packages." One of the guys even started with the National Postal Service a research to investigation to see what was happening, and they checked the distribution center, nothing there. They contacted the local guy who was bringing around the packages, also nothing wrong, so it stayed a mystery. Contacted Greg again. "Greg, I did my part, but I don't know, did it maybe come back to you?" No, didn't return. And then, beginning of October, there was a message in the newspaper. People in my area, zip code 4817, all packages were lost, but we found the guy, postal office, the guy that they interviewed for the investigation. In his shed were, I believe, 100 post sacks, and that was a total of 12,000 packages, letters, everything. So they said everything will be redistributed, no panic, everybody will get it. Me happy, contacted Greg. "Greg, great news, we found the guy who has all these packages in his shed. Now everything will turn up." Well, 2 weeks later, nothing. A month later, still nothing. And then one of the guys suggested, or he found out that when they, from Royal Mail, when they send packages and it is not traceable or not using track and trace, they don't do it by the National Postal Service. They use local guys in the Netherlands. And what happens is they don't have that many packages and they don't get that much money for it, so they assemble a package and then send it out. So the best thing to do is order something else and then hope that together with the old packages it's high enough the number of packages, and then they will travel around and bring the packages. I thought, makes sense, why not? I will try it. So I ordered beginning of November another package, hoping that that will arrive in a week time together with the old packages. Well, you can guess it. November passed, December passed, January, still absolutely nothing. Contacted Greg, I don't know, I think it really is lost. He said, yeah, the package I said was quite special, I cannot repeat it. So I said, well, it is what it is, we cannot change it. So we left it at that. I think somewhere around May we had contacted that we were both still, it lingers in the back of your mind that you lost the package. I think I wrote also to some of you that I said from the Royal Mail, I don't know, maybe it's my side. We concluded together with Greg that there must be something locally, somebody who brings around packages, and he recognized the size of the packages, and he also likes vinyl, and he keeps them for himself. I'm talking now, but that's what we concluded. And we said, once there is on Discogs a record by Greg Foat, and it says on the backside, thanks to Paul, we should go to his door and claim the packages as they are mine. I thought that would be a great duo if you get me and Greg together in your front door, but anyway. That's where the story ends. Well, of course, it does not stop there, otherwise I would not be doing this video. So it was last week on Thursday. Elderly guy comes to the door, brings 3 packages. I accepted it, looked like vinyl, so I thought logical, get it, thank you. And when I'm walking inside, I look at the stamp, it says UK. I look at the date, it says the 19th or July 19th. I think that's next week. How is this possible? And then I saw the year, 2019. So immediately contacted Greg. Greg, got a package here. It has my handwritten address on it. I said, is this your handwriting? He said, oh gosh, yes, that is my package. It has arrived. 1 year later, I got the package. So immediately I thought, okay, I should do an unboxing video. Greg suggested also do an unboxing video because it's a great story. Yeah, right. 2 minutes later I opened, of course, already the package. No unboxing video will happen. Although I have not yet, the albums are still sealed, I will take them out. And also the other packages, so this was the package from July, this was the package from August, and this was the one from November, which I tried to do a double, which is quite nice, because that album is the same one as we are listening to now. I have that double. At some time I will do a contest and give this one away. So now we have left the package that Greg sent me. I want to share what he sent and sample it, because it are 2 records. That's no surprise, I opened it already. This is of course the one that is the special one. This is Girl and the Robot with Flowers. It's from 2012 and it was out of print for a long time. So it's very cool that he sent the seal one to me. Luckily, it's being repressed this year, 2020. It's going to be repressed because of the high demand, because this is a really fun album. I listened to it digital and it's really, really great. So I will open it. This is the other one, Mage. This is the Greg Folk. This was the Greg Folk group. This one is from 2018, so it's right before the Dreaming Jewels. I will sample it because it gives a nice overview of the music that Greg makes and the diversity of it. Let's first stop this one, although I think you get already a very nice impression on this one. But you will see his styles are clearly changing. So this is the Girl and the Robot with the Flowers. Exciting to play this one. Really happy that it finally arrived, because it's crazy. So the surprising thing in part was that the packages were all still closed. Nobody opened it, they are not wet, they have been somewhere. So part of the story is that as soon as I saw that, I went back to the door and checked who was bringing it. The older guy was now in the car with an older lady. Maybe they were a couple, I don't know. The vehicle was unmarked. There was nothing clear from who they were, which office, which if there were some carrier of postals of packages. It was still it's still a mystery who actually brought these packages to my door. But anyway, as you can hear, this album has much more modal music. It's also by Jazzman, and you can see that a little bit. Greg was in the beginning at the label of Jazzman Records, and I think we never talked it, so it's my guessing, my thinking. They pushed him a little bit more to the jazz side, more the retro style. But if you change the music, you can already hear that Greg wants to do more stuff, wants to go different directions, and preferably on one album. So that's the nice thing which makes this album so interesting, is that it's really mixing different influences, although it is still very much cinematic music, in the sense that it is floating, it catches your eye. Really nice. I will open the other album at the same time now. So this one was on Jazzman Records, and at the time of the Maze he switched to Athens of the North, different label, who gave him much more freedom to make music in the way that he wants, or that's my guessing, because that's also the time that he collaborates with Warren Hampshire. They do also, for example, field recordings which are incorporated in the music, so it's much more going through different genres of music. On this album, the first side, because most of the music that he does is he writes them himself. This one is by different artists. Side 2, all songs are by Greg Foat. And what is special on this one, because Greg, besides that he plays the keys, he clearly is a big fan of horns, because on every album there are saxophones, tenors, French horns, trumpets, they are always there. So on this album, for example, there's Matthew Hansel. I think that's one of the first recordings that Matthew is on. And on this album it's quite special, because the tenor saxophone and the soprano tenor saxophone are done by two guys who have been big or for a long time part of the UK jazz. So that's Duncan Lehman and Art Thiemann. And when I checked it, the sad part is that Duncan Lehman, this was his last recording, or I think a recording that has been put out as he passed away. Well, that is my story about Greg Foat and the Lost Records. Hope you enjoyed it, gave you a chuckle. See you next time. Goodbye.